Welcome to the Prospectors Radio Show, the talk show for our community. Please welcome Rich Cooley, Indiana Gold Hunter Dennis Dayton, Kathleen Biffle, and your host, Tim Grimes.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another edition of Prospector Radio. I'm your host, Tim Grimes, and joining me tonight, we got Kathleen Biffle, Shad Biffle, and Rich Cooley's here. How you guys doing tonight, man?
Hi, everybody.
Hello. What's going on, guys?
Hi.
And Shad. Well, I said
It's
Shad.
Shad.
I didn't say and Shad. I introduced you as Kathleen Biffle and Shad Biffle. Should have been Kathleen Biffle, Rich Cooley, and Shad. That's what it should have been, right?
Got to be at the end. Come on now.
I'll get it. I'll get it right one of these days. You know that.
Yeah. Well, we were hoping to have Swiftwater, but I don't know if he can figure out his internet or something again today. So,
I was telling Kathleen, they probably couldn't catch a squirrel to put on the wheel to power the Wi-Fi.
He probably didn't know what time it was again.
Probably.
He can't figure it out right now.
Probably. That's more than likely what it was. Time thing. What time is it in Idaho? 4? They 3 hours behind us, so it's like 4.
Yeah, I think 30.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's probably what it was. Guaranteed. He'll be messaging us on the messenger later and going, is it time?
Yeah, show's about over. Is the show going to start?
Yep, you know it. So what's been happening, you guys? Everybody's have a good 4th of July?
Pretty good.
Yeah. What'd you do, Rich? Smoke some meat?
I went to Virginia to visit family, so...
Oh, okay.
I had to get out and visit my brothers and sisters since they come up for my dad's funeral and stuff. I was going to go prospecting this weekend, but decided it was more important to get down there with them, so I went down and spent the weekend with them.
Oh, okay. Nice.
I had a good time.
That's
in the
good.
pool and barbecuing and...
Nice. So you had a good 4th then.
Right. Yeah, and then I come back to a hot house because our essential air is still out, and I have to get the whole system replaced. So
right now you're just getting estimates, right?
Yeah, just getting estimates and get ready to spend a bundle of money.
Ew, that hurts. Yeah, that's going to hurt your prospecting, right?
All the houses on the block pretty much just got theirs done within the past couple of years, so I'm like number 6 on the list, so
dang.
Our house is right in line for the next one.
Oh, geez. So is that going to affect your prospecting then this year, Rich?
Yeah, it probably will. I'm probably not going to be able to afford to make as many trips as I wanted to this year, but...
Yeah, because that's...
We'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, that's going to cost you a lot. Feel bad for you. It's ridiculous, you know? Should be lifetime guaranteed. Should be.
Yeah, and then getting a wife card this year, and then that, and it all adds up.
Now, do you ever find it happens, like, you know, there's something you want to do or some big purchase you want to make, and then right when you think, okay, cool, I may pull the trigger, something big breaks?
That's what happened. Because I was going to get my air. I was going to get my tanks and my mask and my hoses. You know, or not my mask, but my tanks and my hoses and all that, and had it all ready. Was getting ready to push the button, and kaboom.
That's when it always happens, right?
Or just when you think, hey, you're finally getting ahead in life.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's the other one, yeah. Dang, I got a few bucks. Oh, no, I don't. Something comes up and whammy. Mm-hmm.
Yep, it always happens.
Now, I see Scott put a big thumbs up on the messenger group.
What does that mean?
I don't have a clue what that means. It's like, what? That's not an answer.
Respond to him.
Oh, yeah, Shad's going to respond to him.
Oh, jeez. Swifty.
Probably doesn't know what time it is.
You know we don't, Kathleen. Guaranteed. That's
What did you guys get into, Shad?
I don't know.
Well, we thought it was 3 hours, but everybody just said it's actually 2 hour time difference, so it's 5:32 in Idaho.
Oh, okay. So it's...
Or 5:35 now, I guess.
Yeah, okay. Mercy. So what about you guys, Kathleen, Shad? Did you guys have a good 4th?
We have been very, very busy.
Mm-hmm.
What, the 4th of July happened?
We were. Like,
Yeah, that was the other day, Shad.
yeah, it was a blur.
Oh, geez.
We didn't really get to see fireworks or anything like that, but, we celebrate in our own special way.
Okay.
We got a cake for America's birthday from Dairy Queen.
Oh, man, did you really get an ice cream cake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were sitting here with, I think it was, Shane or somebody, and was like,
it is
America's birthday.
Well, you got a good point there.
It's what we do since we've started eating healthy. We look for these little, chances you can eat something that's really good.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and ice cream cake falls into the category sometimes?
Yes, it does.
Does
Usually
it really?
It does.
Well, dang, there's nothing wrong with that. That's living the dream right there. Dairy Queen ice cream cake. Holy man.
But other than that, we're like overtime on our koi pond, just working our butts off. We got a little quarry because we're reusing all of our blocks that had mortar and stuff. So we're out there chiseling by hand to clean them up so we can reuse them.
Right.
Because we want it to stay put and look good, so we got to take this extra time. But it's saving money.
Sure.
So.
Well, sure. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them. If you can clean them up, right? Might as well use them.
The humidity has been killing us.
Yeah.
We've both been soaking wet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm sweating buckets here.
Well,
it's not a dry heat.
No, but that's good for you, right? A sweat like that.
Every evening, I somehow end up in the pond with a beer, cooling off.
Whatever works, right? Use it while you can, Shad, for those purposes.
That's right.
So when the fish go in, no more of that, right?
Oh,
geez.
But no, other than that, we ordered all of our odd and end stuff we needed for Alaska, so slowly a box here and there is coming in of gloves and boots and other things.
Nice. It's getting close, right?
Yep.
What is it?
3 weeks.
3 weeks. 3.
Can't believe it's 3 weeks. But I did get, I have my
What?
essential oils, insect repellent.
All made up?
No, I got some wipes. So
What?
I make up a bottle of it, though, before I go.
Wait, you got wipes. What do you mean? Plain wipes that don't have nothing on them?
The wet nappy wipes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Right.
They've got insect repellent on them.
And they have insect repellent on them. Your insect repellent?
It's a different one.
Okay.
But it's still essential oils.
Oh, it's actually an essential oil insect repellent wipe.
Like already made.
That's a good idea.
Do that either.
So we're going to do a challenge. Kathleen's going to trust in her essential oils. I'm going to use deep wood off with deep.
Are you? Okay. Yeah, this is Alaska. This is Alaska we're talking about. This is Alaska bugs. So
I just have to reapply every 30 minutes, that's all.
Well, how often do you got to reapply with the deep woods off?
I have no idea.
Every couple hours.
Every couple of hours?
Yeah, it's toxic.
Yeah, well, nothing's as toxic as the crap we got in the Marines. I can't remember what it was, but it was like this yellow can, and it was a huge can. It was like the size of a spray can for paint. And it had all this black, I mean, it was just covered in words and warnings. It was insane. And what we did was you would spray all your camis, all your gear outside. You would spray it all, both sides, and like just douse it. And you would let it dry out there until, you're ready to go out in the field the next day. You were not ever supposed to have it on your skin.
Oh, no.
No, I mean, you're not supposed to put it on your skin and it's insect repellent.
Oh, it's but I'll be honest, especially when we were in the swamps and stuff. Oh, and I sprayed that on my skin. I never got a tick, no tigers, no mosquitoes. Everything that would touch me just dropped dead right in front of me.
I wonder if you can buy that at the Army surplus store, Shad.
I don't know. I've never seen it since I left the service. And I got to say, that stuff, it's toxic. It's probably horrible.
Probably.
It works.
But it works.
I'll stick to my essential oils.
I don't blame you. I don't want nothing that you do not apply directly to the skin. Warning. Big warnings. But now,
this could hurt.
I just...
I hear the bugs are pretty bad.
They have to be.
Well, you got to always remember the August time frame is always when mosquitoes and everything's going at it.
Right.
It's like height of the season.
Right.
So I'm expecting swarms. I mean, I even went ahead and, it was only...
got a mosquito net.
Oh, good idea. One of them head...
Heck yeah. It's worth it.
To hang from the ceiling of the little hooch you're in, and it'll go over, the 2 cots.
Oh, good idea. Did you get one of them ones that go under your hat and hang over your face?
Yeah, I did. I'm waiting for that bad boy to come in.
So we have to push our cots together.
But still, you'll be bug-free. That might be...
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I don't play with that stuff. I hate mosquitoes.
Oh, when you're trying to sleep, too, it's nothing worse. Or like
I'd rather walk around with a flamethrower and just kill everything in front of me.
Or when you're dredging and you're up tending the box and they're buzzing around your face, like about 80 of them. Yeah, it could be a good idea that you got that.
It was so weird in Arizona. Like, we slept outside, like with nothing over us, and not one bug.
But wasn't it cooler at night in Arizona?
It was.
Yeah, that was, November?
It was December.
No, November. It was over our anniversary. You forgot already.
No.
Wait, when was it? It was
November, yeah.
I thought it was like April. I must be thinking of the other time.
When we went to Vegas.
Yeah,
that was in April.
That
also
was
no
in
bugs.
Yeah, that was in April.
But the wind was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy windy then.
Mm-hmm. And in Alaska now it's going to be July. I think it was a smart move, Shad.
I think it is. You know what? I mean, come on. This stuff is like $10 and $4. Really?
Right.
Who cares if it's stupid? If I'm taking it.
It's lightweight.
Take
takes up
me all you want.
Right.
If I could have got one, I'd have a full body one and walk around camp in it.
I don't blame you.
Joke's on you.
He's gonna get one of those hats.
What, like a beekeeper hat?
I got a 2-pack. You got one and I got one.
Oh, we do have hats.
Yes, they're coming.
See?
Well, you just put them over your head.
Genius.
You wear a hat over your head.
Right. Yeah. Hey, it's a smart move. It takes up no space in the bag. It's lightweight, and it's going to keep the mosquitoes out of your face. And then
don't worry, we'll get it all on video.
Oh, you have to.
I
bit of it.
You don't know. She's
whatever.
Thinking, a little Ohio mosquito. I'm sorry. Ever since when I was in Iraq.
Hey, I've been in Thailand.
Not
That's
in
a
August.
rainforest.
Not in August. We were.
I went there once before in August. Yes.
Okay, so Thailand
you
mosquitoes.
stayed in hotels.
Oh, wait.
In Iraq, we had these giant albino mosquitoes that would kill you.
Really?
They were horrible. They bit the crap out of you.
That military-issued bug spray didn't help that, did it?
You didn't have it there.
Oh, you didn't have it then when you needed it.
I only had that stuff when I was down in Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, in that area, in the swamps.
And then they sent you to Iraq and didn't give you bug spray.
Well, it's the desert. You really think mosquitoes are floating? Well, I mean, we were right on the Euphrates, by Haditha Dam, so yeah there was mosquitoes in the fall.
There was water. Right. Mm-hmm. You should have been complaining you needed some issued to you. Right?
The problem is Marine grunts complain all the time, so they never know when to take us serious.
Well,
I think it's the military in general there, but...
I wonder if even maybe on Amazon if you can find that, Shad.
I know, I gotta find... I just remember what the can... It was a yellow can with a black lid and all black writing just covered the whole thing.
Yeah, probably like Raid. It was a Raid can with generic writing on it.
Yeah.
It was. Do not spray directly on your skin. Mm-hmm. I don't know, buddy. It'd be nice to have some if it works that good. Unless it's that permethylin crap or whatever that they talk about all the time.
Permethylin,
yeah. Maybe it's that stuff,
Because that's a yellow spray bottle.
And don't you spray that on your clothes, too, same way? Let them sit and stuff?
Yeah.
So it might be the same stuff. It might have been a stronger blend, but
It might have been the cans that they were still doing human trials
Yeah,
with
right.
before it went to the public.
Yeah,
They were like, oh, we
exactly.
got to change that.
Yeah, exactly. We got to test this. So, that makes sense. I don't know, Ian. You're going to have to see. They have to let us know.
I'm going to get some because spraying it on your clothes and stuff, that stuff works great.
See, Joe says it is the permethrin. You in the chat room, Shad?
Yeah, I just saw it come
Okay.
across that
Yeah.
he used it on the clothes in Vietnam.
Yeah.
And it looks like Walmart. Here I come.
No.
There you go. You might as
I'll
well.
stick with my essential oils.
Essential oils and your mosquito
Be all
netting.
natural.
Well, hopefully these mosquitoes in Alaska, can stay away from it. But you got your mosquito net, so you'll be fine. It's going to be cool. It's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait to see the videos and the pictures. 3 weeks.
Yes.
3 weeks. Man, Dennis goes in what, next week?
I think so.
I think later this week he leaves. I don't know. We haven't heard from him.
I know.
Oh, where is Dennis?
Wonder what he's using for bug repellent. How are the bugs in Idaho? Scott would know. Where is Scott?
Well, he
We had
never
a little bit out there.
the thumbs up.
Yeah,
I
we
know.
had a little bit out there, but it wasn't really too bad at night,
Were the nights cooler, Rich, too?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, the nights got real cool.
So that helped keep them away, probably, right?
Yeah.
Hmm. Oh, see. And Ray would probably know how the mosquitoes are in Alaska, though.
Oh, yeah, I bet you they're not doing real well either.
They're pretty tough mosquitoes. I would think. And what else is there? I don't know. I wish...
Did you have a good 4th?
I didn't see no fireworks either.
Yeah.
I made myself some chili dogs
Oh,
and potato salad. Yummy.
we were talking about the canned chili dog.
That's what I went with, too. Exactly. The Castleberry chili sauce, some Nathan's hot dogs. Ooh, living the dream right there. It was good.
Good.
Yeah, because the girlfriend's out of town, so it was just me and the dog. So I'm still gonna have my own little 4th of July fest. So chili dogs it was. So that was.
Did you share it with the dog?
He got a little bit, but no.
Lots of hot dogs.
Yeah, he didn't get no chili though. I wasn't going down that road. But and some potato salad. No, I didn't. I stayed in with the dog because the fireworks freak him out. So stayed in with him to keep him calm, and that's it.
Cool.
That was my 4th, and then doctors on the 5th, and that's it. That's been my week. Not a whole lot going on. Just
It's been a hot weekend.
it has been too
And,
hot.
playing in the creek would have been a good time, I'm sure. But
But then again,
we were playing in a koi pond.
now did you get all that rain? We've been getting hit with heavy rain like every day.
It's like crazy, though. It's like these random pop-ups. And when it hits, oh, my God. Yesterday, it poured and poured thunder, lightning. It was a pretty bad one. Then we got hit just a little while ago, but it's now sunny and nice out and humid.
No.
Yes. It's been, and the skies have been just gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a lot of moistness in the air,
It's
for
so
sure.
neat to see.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's been beautiful.
And I don't mind like an evening rain, after a hot day.
I don't either.
It doesn't linger, so it's been pretty neat to like walk outside after it's done.
Oh,
and
yeah.
to see the steam coming off of everything.
Oh, yeah, that's always cool. And
then the humidity, of course.
we were griping a couple months ago. We couldn't wait. And I'm not complaining about the heat.
Yeah, I'm
No.
okay with this as long as like every day isn't
Right.
constant rain.
Yeah, that's when it gets old. And
Well, it looks like for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday we're looking good, but rain in the forecast later on in the week.
well, see, at least we get 3 days without it would be nice, Mm-hmm. That would be really nice because I've been getting hit, I swear, every day, and it's been torrential
Oh, yeah.
downpours.
It was weird looking at the radar, too, and it's like, I don't know, the entire Midwest to the East Coast has been getting it, and you look and it's just all these random little spots.
Mm-hmm.
But they're all red cells.
Yeah.
Massive storms.
Uh-huh. See, that's what I mean. It's been crazy. I wonder how the creek is. You know, if
Everything's flooded.
I would think, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's affecting
And I
us
think
all.
that's why that heron came to our neighborhood, because the state park is right next to us, and the reservoir, you know, they had it flooded.
Oh, okay.
So all the little marshy areas, I think that's probably what happened.
Probably. You know, I know. We know somebody had the same problem, Kathleen. They put the koi in their pond. Next thing you know, they looked out the window. There was a big herring standing in there, just scooping them up and eating them all.
Oh,
It ate every one.
my heart.
It ate every one. They put them in again. Did the herring came back again? Did it again? They said they'll never put another koi in their pond.
See, at that point, wouldn't you sit out there in a ghillie suit or something?
You put the net over top so it would stop that.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely have the net over it. We have a net over it now, in the swimming pool.
Yeah. Need some kind of anti-herring deterrent, though.
Well, they have all sorts of weird stuff.
We
Like
have wind chimes.
we have wind chimes. We have these little solar-powered lanterns now. 3 of them.
Yeah.
And Kathleen was just commenting yesterday. Goes, you know, she's a member of all these Facebook groups of koi people.
Yeah.
Right.
Because that's a big deal.
And I always wondered
why do all these people have some of the stupidest, most ridiculous things hanging on their pond? Now we know.
What are some of the stupid, ridiculous things?
They have, you know, the little spinners that spin with the wind, and then they've got, you know, fake birds, decoys, wind chimes, of course.
Pie pans.
Anything that hangs and moves with the wind and makes noise, that'll deter them.
Now,
I have wind chimes, which I don't really like wind chimes. I've never been someone to have one because I think they sound depressing.
Well, yeah.
But Shad did find me a nice one. It's kind of copper, and it's not too tacky.
Okay.
And it sounds really like low tones.
Right.
It's not too bad.
Now, what about like an owl decoy or something? Would that keep them away?
I don't know about the owl. They said that if you... Of course, we have that unicorn out there.
Oh, there you go.
That inflatable unicorn.
You would think that would work.
The head is filled with air. The tube part got a hole in it.
The swimming pool.
You would think that would keep it away. That goofy
and
unicorn.
then one of my friends from Texas came to visit me. He's like, what are you doing back here?
Hey, whatever works.
I see the pictures on Facebook, but now that I see it in person.
Yeah. You got all these weird, goofy things out there.
Yeah,
if it keeps the herring away.
She was able to pet the fish, so she pet the fish. So she was like, oh, I see what you mean now.
Oh, see? That's cool.
Oh, in our little pond, we've identified 3 more that are actual kois. They're all black.
Oh, really?
Had babies.
3 black kois.
Oh, see, now that's cool, right?
That's cool. So we're going to place them.
All right, nice. Keep them ones going and introduce them to the big water. That'll be nice.
I just hope we don't get any more babies.
You know, apparently you're gonna.
Well, we took those plants out because they laid their eggs on it. I'm like, well, I don't want these to hatch and have too many fish.
Mm-hmm.
So I did take them out. So there may be 1 or 2 that survives.
Sure. They seem like there's always 1 or 2 that survives, don't it? But that's okay.
Then it was meant to be.
Right, exactly. So that's cool. At least you're getting some actual koi out of it, not just goldfish. You know? So nothing wrong with that. Now, what do you guys think about these earthquakes going on?
Earthquake?
Kathleen, I haven't filled her in because she doesn't look at the news.
No, I don't.
Oh.
It's all fake news.
I hope even a bigger one happens. Well, I guess outside of, Southern California, there's been 2. There was, a 6.1, and then they just had a 7.0.
Yeah.
They just had one in Indonesia now, too.
Oh, jeez. I didn't hear about that one.
Yeah, I think it was the same 7.1 or something.
They're going to have a tsunami now?
I don't know.
I don't know.
That I don't.
How long ago was it?
I just seen
yesterday.
that today. It said something about they have one in Indonesia.
Yeah, the California ones were like yesterday and day before or something like that.
Yeah, tons of tremors still, so I'm curious if they're going to have a bigger one. I guess, though, this is the first time in like over 20 years since we had a 7.0.
Oh, that's a big earthquake, right? A 7? The scale only goes to 10. So I would say it's...
I guess, though, it was where it was. Like, there was a town that it was near the epicenter. Mm-hmm. But I guess you could feel it even in Las Vegas.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, sure. Well, hopefully all of our friends and listeners out there out west in that area are faring well and staying safe and, you know, all that stuff. You know, we wish you the best. That's just rough. I mean, a 7, that's huge. So,
you know, and I wonder, you know, we've talked about, obviously, like the Tombstone and the silver mines and how an earthquake shifted the water table, so they stopped working those mines.
Right.
Another one hit that shifted the water tables back.
I don't know.
Ooh.
I've always wondered that.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of cool, though. We have to find out. Interesting. But hopefully everybody out there is okay, and we wish them the best of luck, that's for sure. That's nuts. Hopefully they don't have no more. Hopefully it's done. You know?
Didn't they say that there was one in Ohio, too?
Was there?
That one happened up just northeast Ohio and Lake Erie, a mile or so off. That was a month ago.
Oh, yeah,
I think.
that one.
Yeah, I was going to say, either 3 weeks to a month ago, I thought.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot
We
about
have one here in Shippensburg also. There was a small earthquake.
Did you feel it?
Like 3 point something.
See? That's crazy.
You can't feel those, right?
Real small ones like that?
Real small ones you can't.
No.
Your body does, because I remember working actually with you, and there was a really small one, and like you felt really weird. Your head, you could feel something happen, but you didn't feel like the earth trembling or anything.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Wow.
That was before we talked to each other.
Oh, interesting. That was, I think I remember that one, Shad, yeah. You know, it's strange. I don't know. We shall see what happens. Anarchy. That's what it is. Anarchy. Crazy. Yeah. Well, here's a thought for us. I think what we'll do, we'll take a quick break and we'll come back. I think Rich has got some stuff he's talking about tonight on Cooley's Corner. So.
Yep.
Well, really quick, do we want to do market prices and
heck
birthday?
yeah. Thank you, Shad. See?
Yeah, come on now.
I got off course. It happens.
Right, well, let's jump into it.
Rip.
Gold is down $18.
Ooh, that's a big drop.
Closed at $1,399.
Are you kidding me?
Silver's down 30 cents at $14.99. Platinum's down $29 at $810.
And 99
Palladium's up $2 at $1,566. And rhodium stayed flat at $3,330.
What happened?
I don't know.
I wanted to see gold stay above 14. 1401, anything.
Yeah, that's a pretty big drop.
It is, $18. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we'll have to see what happens this week, Chad.
Yeah, I'm curious. You never know. I mean, one person says something in the world, or... Well, I know, I think what might have happened was the reports came out about the U.S. economy.
Okay.
The job report, again, is really strong. Our GDP is up. And that the Fed now is canceling another rate cut. So I think maybe that might have made the dollar stronger. I don't know. I haven't looked. That's just coming out headlines I remember seeing.
Gotcha.
So that might have been what actually affected some of the gold and metal prices there slightly.
Probably. More than likely, right?
Yeah.
But is that, what'd you say, $13.99?
Yeah, I mean, come on. That's still awesome.
We'll take it.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
How can you?
Right. I don't know. Crazy, brother. And how about
But
them
all right, let's do the birthdays here for July 7th, 7/7. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. 7/7.
Realize that. It's like extra lucky. I don't know.
Could be.
All right, so we have Carl K. Matthews, Dave McMahon, Glenn Porter, Henry Bartlett, Ian Frost, somebody called Jaron Wheeler, a.k.a. Mr. Lodak, Jim Dykeman, John Martins, Johnny R., Mark Fridley, Prospector John, JP, Ruben Prosman, Steve Moore, and Thomas Sager. And then tomorrow we have, I can see at least, Bill Kuczynski, Billy McGrew, Danny W., Gerald V. Lee, Jim Mills, and Joseph.
Well, happy birthday. Now, whose page you highlighting?
Well, I mean, how can we not highlight that Jaron Wheeler guy,
agree.
a.k.a. Mr. Lodak?
I agree.
He's coming to us from Magna, Utah. Been a member of the site for quite some time. I don't even know. I mean, do you know offhand?
Nope.
He knows so much, it'll take forever to go back. He's one of the, Tim, your valued and trusted moderator.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Does a great job.
Out, taking care of the site and stuff. Always there to help out and post things whenever's needed. He enjoys what type of prospecting? Everything but a dredge. He doesn't belong to any clubs. He found the site on a YouTube review. And it was referred to by iPan for Gold.
Okay.
And of course, he uses a sluice, a multi-sluice, high banker, hand dredge, and pans. And of course, he's an avid metal detectorist. Nice. And you can check him out too on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you sure can.
So, but no, we value and appreciate Jaron, all that he does for the site, for the community. Big time member, really gets the conversations going, and almost always is on during the shows and during the weeks.
Yeah, even though he wasn't here Wednesday, Shad. So.
Yeah, I saw that. And it's like, okay, you can miss a day.
Yeah, you are allowed.
So, so happy birthday. Remember, if you use all caps in the chat room, your post will be deleted by Jared, so make sure you thank him. But we hope he has a great birthday, and I'm glad to have him on tonight.
Yes, sir. Happy birthday, Jaron, and happy birthday, everybody. Awesome, Shad. Great job. All right, now we'll take that commercial break, and we'll be right back with Rich Cooley and Cooley's Corner. We'll be right back, everybody.
Do you like to mine for gold? Enjoy prospecting a nice crack in the bedrock? Enjoy getting outdoors to camp, fish, hunt, and hike on your public lands? You plan your trip, load the gear, grab the dog, put the family in the truck, and drive off to a locked gate. A sign says you cannot enter or access your own public lands. Mining claims and public land owned by we the people are being designated as off limits by our own government every single day. Are you concerned about the direction our government is going? Are you tired of seeing no access, no entry signs on your lands? We are, and we are fighting back. We are AMRA, America Mining Rights Association, the fastest growing small mining advocacy association in America. AMRA is a 501c3 not-for-profit formed by miners, hunters, off-roaders, retired military men, and women to stop the insanity. AMRA was formed to educate, unite, and help the small miners and public land users on their rights. Rights given to us by God. Do you want access to great mining claims? For a small tax-deductible donation to their Miners Legal Fund, your family gains access to proven excellent mining claims across America for an entire year. AMRA challenges the USFS, BLM, EPA, and the other agencies intent upon stopping you from enjoying your own lands. You are who pays these people's wages. It is time they listen to us. We need to unite. And that is what AMRA is doing. As you sit here right now, thousands of acres of public lands are being closed, locked, and blocked from use by you. Are you fed up yet? Join us. Get in on this fight and let's restore America to what our families fought and died for. freedom. Just visit AmericanMiningRights.com. AmericanMiningRights.com. Also, check us out on Facebook at American Mining Rights Association. AmericanMiningRights.com.
In 1858, gold was discovered in the rivers of New Caledonia. This discovery would spark a massive gold rush. Today, the search for gold is much easier, yet still challenging with Dirt Hog Pay Dirt. At Dirt Hog, we pride ourselves on our gold and guaranteed gold amounts. Just visit DirtHogPayDirt.com today and buy yourself a bag of the best pay dirt concentrates on the market. Order with confidence in Canada and North America. DirtHogPayDirt.com. The best gold concentrates on the market, period. Also, be sure to check out our Honest Bonus program.
Welcome to Cooley's Corner. Join Rich Cooley as he talks about equipment, new products, and so much more for all us prospectors and treasure hunters. Here's Rich.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Cooley's Corner. Tonight we're going to switch it up a little bit. We're going to do about two things. First, we're going to talk about determining if the land is open to prospecting. And then we'll see how that goes. And then we might get in, I'll talk a little bit about dredging. I know some people that missed my segment before on dredging wanted me to go over it again.
Okay.
I'm going to do the complete whole thing, but I'll do bits and pieces of it to get the point across.
Kind of highlight it, right?
Yep. So we're going to start off with determining if the land is open to prospecting. One of the most important considerations whenever you venture out to search for gold is determine that the ground you want to search is open and available to prospecting. Unfortunately, you just can't go out and search anywhere that you want. Private lands will require permissions from the landowner prior to doing so, any prospecting at all, and many public lands have limits or bans of mining. It's important you understand where you're allowed to prospect so you don't get in trouble. It's also very important that you understand how the mining claims work and ensure that you aren't searching for gold in someone's mining claim. Private and public lands. Determining if you're on land that is open to prospecting is fairly straightforward in most areas. You get some good maps and know where you are. The Forest Service and Bureau of Land Management provide good basic maps that include the land ownership on them. Majority of the federal managed lands are open to prospecting, but there are a few exceptions such as wilderness areas and certain areas that are archaeological significance. When in doubt, contact the local land manager office in the area that you want to prospect. Now, that doesn't always work either, because one of them will tell you, yeah, it's available, and then when you turn around and file the claim, then it's not. So you got to do your research.
Gotcha.
Metal detector for gold on private land requires permission from landowner, no exceptions. There's a lot of good gold bearing around that is on private lands, and it may be worth the effort to try to get permission. You never know where you might get access to an area that has never been detected before. It's not uncommon for prospectors to make a deal with the landowner on the split of the fines. The landowner grants permission and gets 10 to 20% of total fines. It's definitely worth considering to get your access to some good ground. Mining claims. Your mining claims are probably one of the most misunderstood and important aspects of gold prospecting. In the United States, a mining claim gives the claim holder exclusive rights to the minerals and predetermined tract of land, assuming that they have property staked claim, maintain the claim by paying their required fees. The term claim jumper describes someone who is searching for minerals on someone else's claim, and it isn't just a term from the days past. There are still thousands of acres throughout the United States that are claimed, and you can get into serious trouble if you go prospecting or metal detecting on someone else's claim. And I'll get into some of the other claim jumping on another day.
Okay.
I want to do some more research on that.
Gotcha.
Because I had a request for that. Despite the popular belief, a mining claim does not need to be marked and posted to be a valid claim. Claim markers often fall down over time, get run over, and stolen. Also, it's very common to have claims posted or posts still up in places where a claim has expired and is now open for mineral exploration again. Previous claim holder just didn't bother to get out and remove the claim markers. You need to do your research, which I always tell you, research, and determine if you can legally search for gold in that area prior to entering or leaving the house. One of the biggest challenges with gold prospecting is simply find an area that is open that you can legally prospect. With that being said, there are plenty of good gold-bearing areas where you can find gold with a metal detector for any means you choose. You just need to go the extra effort of finding them. Explaining all the complexities of the mining law is beyond the scope of this post. But below, and other areas here that I'll talk about, you'll find a few links that will give additional information about the mining claims and researching the claims. Though some of the sites are state-specific, the information will be general, apply all the federal lands. A program called LR2000 is the best online tool available to search for currently claim statuses. Mm-hmm. Claims are filed with the state BLM office as well as the county recording office. It's always best to contact these offices for information. And of course, they had some links here for the general claim information for a BLM. You can look that up. Your LR2000 information, and then they have an LR2000 tutorial, and then they have the 1872 mining law. They recommend, of course, Google Maps. You should always have a good setup of paper maps for the area that you're prospecting. People are more and more relying on electronics these days, so often depend on their smartphones and GPSs to get around.
Yeah.
While these are great tools, you still should have a paper quality map. Never have to worry about the maps breaking or running out of batteries. So quality maps can be acquired quite cheaply from the BLM office and the forest office. And plus you can do better research. They will include major roads, landmarks. Most importantly, they'll show where the private and the public lands are, so you can avoid a trespassing. Mm-hmm. They also had some stuff on Google for a mine cache, and it's just another handy online research that you get into. It provides an overlay of Google Earth that shows locations of mines as well as active mining claims. It's extremely handy for getting a quick view of potential claim statuses. It tells a little bit more information. You can check on claim statuses with the BLM and the county of the final area that is unclaimed before you start prospecting. There's an organization called mylandmatters.org. Mm-hmm. Just as with the mine cache, you'll need to do your final check with BLM and the county, and you can find a lot of the information on the LR2000. So.
Now, do you know if you can get these maps from the BLM online, Rich? Can you order them?
Should be able to, yeah.
Okay.
And then they have the tutorials that you can, how to stake a mining claim on federal lands. There's 8 simple steps. Basically, you could just follow directions there, and it talks about the different states. The law in the United States allows you to stake a mining claim on some federal lands throughout the county or the country. Federal lands where you can stake a claim are located in 19 states. These states are Alaska, Montana, Utah, Arizona, Arkansas, Nebraska, South Dakota, California, Nevada, Oregon, Colorado, New Mexico, Florida, Idaho, North Dakota, Louisiana, Wyoming, Mississippi, and Washington. According to this site, those are the states that you can file a mining claim in.
Okay.
Now, you were talking about, and I think that's good advice about them taking a paper map. Mm-hmm. Remember when we used to be taught in school mapping skills on how to navigate a map?
Yeah.
I don't think they teach that anymore.
No. And I'm a little rusty from being in the Marine Corps doing it.
Well, you don't know how to use your compass and protractor out there to find your way?
Anymore.
Well, here's one tip. Do your pace count first. You know how far, and then you can learn your natural point of drift. And, and what that is, like, we all either will favor one side over, walking in a straight line.
Right.
A lot of people, though, go to their left, which I do.
I didn't know that.
And so you have to...
my left too.
You have to be conscious, so that way you correct yourself every now and then that you may be going off your azimuth and bounce back to the right a little bit to counteract that natural point of drift that you do walking.
Sure, because you'll walk in a circle, won't you, Shad?
Really?
Yeah, that's what I've always heard.
Yeah.
You
I'm
definitely could if you don't know what you're doing.
Right, because you favor one side or the other, so that's why you got to constantly know your bearings so you keep straight.
Yeah.
Shad, maybe you can do a small class on that one.
Yeah, because that's...
Yeah.
You want to do land? I loved land nav. I loved it.
Oh, you should,
Yeah,
Shad.
I'd like you to do that.
That's a good
one
idea.
night.
That's a real good idea, because,
Yeah, Cooley's Corner, I want you to, whenever you're ready, just let me know. We'll get you on it, because I don't remember that much about it, and I want to re-energize myself on it, so I'd like you to, since you got a lot of information on it, why don't we have a little thing on it?
yeah.
Okay. You
Yeah.
got it, Cooley.
Yeah, because
Maybe I'll learn something too.
I think we all would,
Yeah.
because what he's...
Oh, it's been too long since I've done it, and
well,
I've had people asking about it, and I don't even remember half of the stuff that I learned. I'm sure once I get re-informed, I'll remember.
yeah, it'll
but
pop back in, yeah. But
Yeah.
it's... because some
Never
of them...
relied on GPS when I was in the Marines, even after they did issue us ones, or you could have your own personal one.
Uh-huh.
So always maps, satellite imagery, and just your own land nav.
I mean, the first thing you got to find out is where you're at, so you can explain on how you do that and what's the process, what you look for,
Oh,
how
yeah.
you know where north is, da-da-da-da, you know.
Well, if you don't know where you're at, you're already lost.
I know. But to be able to find yourself on the map is the key, too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man, that would be very interesting. I'd like to learn some of that stuff, too. That sounds like a real good topic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shad the Map Man.
Map
Wow,
question.
he impressed me. I'm like surprised.
I know. He was just
Hey,
rattled.
and everybody makes fun of grunts like we're stupid. No, we're not. We know
No.
things.
You got to know where you're at so you don't get crap dropped on you.
Exactly.
Man, that was pretty cool. All right. I can't wait. You guys got to make that one happen soon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for Alaska.
Oh,
Yeah,
there you
so-
go.
And
Now,
you can actually do that when you do your research for Alaska. You can explain how you did it, how you found it, all that kind of stuff, probably.
Cool. Yeah, that's a good idea. Now, have you ever? I found this one website, researching for like finding gold claims, old maps, where people have filed claims and different stuff. Try to overlay it. I've used gold maps online. Have you ever heard of that, Cooley?
No, I have not. But I heard there was also a history one, but I don't remember what it was. And you could take an overlay of what it is now and overlay it to like 1800s and stuff too. But I can't remember where that
That's
information.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Now this one's all done like on a computer, so you have to download Google Earth, which is free.
Right.
Okay.
These maps, they have them for the different states that you've just listed that obviously have where you can file gold claims. But what it does is it's all integrated. So once you pay, it's like I think either $10 or $20 for a state of maps.
Okay.
It'll overlay it in Google Earth, and you can actually toggle on to see active placer claims, active load claims, or old ones. So
Cool.
it's funny when you click on the old ones, you can just see, oh my God, like everything in Arizona is like practically lit up. But you can also find pockets that have never been claimed, and it makes you wonder, well, why? Is there no mines there? Is no gold? Or is there something else going on where it's off limits? Because it'll be like it'll be in the middle of a bunch of other active claims or previous claims, but that spot is not allowed to be touched.
Mm.
So then you can actually, this is stuff we've been doing to kind of start our research on Arizona, get some potential claims in the future, because first, obviously, we want to go there and test some ground, but we want to know where to go. So this is one of the tools that we're using to kind of help a little bit. So.
Oh, that's
Right.
cool. That's a real good tool. How much is it again, Shad? 10 or 20?
Yeah, I can't remember. I think it's 20 to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But it's pretty cool. Yeah, as soon as if I remember right, because granted, I bought it I think back in 2017.
Uh-huh.
So obviously it may not be completely up to date, but that's not really the point. It's to show you, okay, where have people actually have tried to mine before?
Right.
Because gold is where you find it, obviously.
Mhm.
So that can kind of help. And then you can find some areas and then start asking the questions like, okay, are these still today? And there's so many websites that you can go to and find claim information like today, so you can cross-check it with the coordinates and stuff, and they'll even show if the names on those sites of who owns them, when they bought them, or the company that owns them and stuff.
Now that's not Mine Cache, right?
No, this
That's
is a
something
different
else.
site.
Okay.
That sounds like a really interesting thing to have then, for sure.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. You know, somebody asked about the claim jumpers, and when I was looking up the claim jumpers, I found this, and I thought, well, I'll go with that. Now, I'll do some research on the claim jumpers there later on.
Right.
And I had some other stuff going on, so.
No, definitely interesting. Cool. Like it. Carry on, Rich.
All right, we'll get into talking a little bit about dredging.
All right.
Of course, a lot of people might not know about dredging, so we're going to cover a little bit what it is. There's many different ways to recover natural gold from your bearings, rivers, your creeks, and your streams. One method is utilize the suction dredge. Of course, and this is not me writing this article, somebody else. They say, I've had the opportunity to use a wide variety of prospecting equipment. Each has their list of pros and cons. In my opinion, dredging is the most effective way to process high quantities of barren gravels while returning worthless materials back to the same general location.
Mm-hmm.
This opinion is due to one of the simple facts. Gold is heavy and dense and won't stop moving until it works its way down on a place that ultimately stops its movement. Suction dredges, like an underwater vacuum, remove all the materials that resides on the bedrock and put direct suction into the cracks, the crevices, depressions, and other places where a shovel cannot reach. Even if you could shovel all day long and somehow match the material being put through a dredge, you're not going to get a majority of the heavies. The heaviest material that resides on the top of the bedrock and the cracks, you're not going to get with a shovel. You need to use a dredge. If you're lucky enough to get on a really hot spot, you could sit there and pick the gold out of the cracks with your hands. That would be great.
Yeah.
That's a great feeling to pull the gold right out of the hiding spot, and it provides a perfect demonstration where the gold ends up in those absolute bottom places. When you get in a spot, you sink a pan in on the bottom of the hole and put the pickers and nuggets in the pan. It's a lot of fun. Doesn't happen very often, although it's not common to come into a patch like that very often. It's quite common to see a piece of gold on the bottom when you're dredging. In some cases, you may find yourself working in a spot that has already been worked over or dredged before. Everyone has their own style of dredging, and not everyone takes the time to bust the clay layers that conceal the bedrocks that have packed gold away for eons. Mm-hmm. If there's one thing you've learned, slow down on the bedrock, clean out every possible crack and crevice, and break the open cracks until you can't break them any further.
Mm-hmm. Suction
dredge comes in many shapes and sizes, but the basic purpose of the suction dredge remains relatively the same, no matter what size the unit. The purpose of the suction dredge is to remove the gravels from the bottom of the stream, creek, or river using the suction created by the forced flow of water. Transport the gravels through a suction hose and deliver to the sluice. Delivering gravels from the hose into the sluice using a crash box or a flare. Deliver enough water flow to force the material over a set of riffles or other low pressure creating surfaces. Deliver enough water to discharge worthless gravels back into the waterway. Provide low or no pressure areas in the sluice which allow gold to drop out and hide. Permit the adjustment of water flow and angle to maximize the efficiency of the sluice. Be transportable to allow maximum flexibility and easy movement. Some of your major components of a suction dredge are your pontoons, your frame, your sluice, your engine, your pump, your high pressure hose, your foot valve and hose, your jet, your suction hose, and your suction nozzle. Basically, how do they work? Suction is created using water force through a jet, which creates the suction at the end of the hose. The amount of the suction can be adjusted by changing the RPMs of the engine to which the water pump is attached. The nozzle is attached to the end of the hose so the gravels can be sucked up in the hose based on the diameter of the nozzle in the hose. Rocks in which do not fit through the nozzle are discarded by hand, and the operator also works to discard any rocks which may fit through the nozzle but could cause jams in the hose or disturbance in the sluice, like flat rocks and rocks with sharp edges. Gravel and water sucked up the hose are delivered into a sluice, where the gravels are processed using the flow of water. The sluice contains low-pressure areas that are created by crash plates, your expanded metal, and your riffles. As water pushes the gravels through the sluice, gold and heavy materials drop out of the flow when introduced to the low-pressure areas. The object of creating this environment is not to only create low-pressure areas, but also to give a place for the gold to drop and to be hidden. The size of the suction dredge is identified by its manufacturer based on the diameter of the suction hose and not the diameter of the nozzle. Nozzle diameters typically match the diameter of the suction hose, but the tips of the nozzles may be reduced in size a quarter to half inch to prevent the rock jams in the hose and the jet. Dredging regulations and language used in the laws vary from state to state. Most states identify suction hose dredges by the diameter of their nozzle and not the size of the suction hose. This has been confused by many or more than one occasion. That's pretty much where I'm going to stop from there. I'm not getting into the different parts of it. Basically, pontoons and frames, pretty much know what they are. The jets, basically the jet is just a piece of pipe. However, it's attached to the pipe on another smaller pipe, usually welded onto the jet at an angle. The smaller pipe is usually neck down with a smaller diameter at the end. The water pump of the engine forces water through the high pressure, through the ventura into the jet. This creates an incredible spray of water up into the jet, the results of which pulls water through the hose, which creates that suction to the end of the hose. So that's how you get your suction.
Gotcha.
And then you have your two different types of boxes. You have a flare, and then you have a crash boxes, which I have a crash box, and I love it. Some people like the flares better than I like the crashes, so...
Right. It's personal preference, right? Go ahead, Kathleen.
Yep.
I always wondered about that with the crash boxes. Does it depend on the material you're running, or is there really no difference?
Not really. The biggest thing with your flare, you pick up your rubber mat and you lift it up, you're shooting all your stuff out of your box.
Okay.
You know, or if you take your nozzle up out of the water, you're going to empty your box. I can lift my nozzle up out of my water, out of the water, and it's not going to empty my box.
Oh,
it's going to cause a little disturbance in the box, but it's not going to flush everything out like yours is going to do.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a good way to explain it.
And what I actually do sometimes is when I feel like I have a rock jammed in the hose, I'll actually bring my hose up out of the water for like a second or two and then pull it back down. And what that does is that causes like almost like a backwash, and it'll force pressure up and knock that rock loose in the hose.
Okay.
But if you guys do that with a flare, you're going to empty your box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
You still do with the crash box. You have some disturbance, but it's not as bad as what it is with the flare.
Okay.
Our old dredge, I think our Franken dredge was a crash box.
Yeah, I had a crash box on it, which I liked. I liked the crash box, to be honest.
I love mine. I'd rather have that because I can go up with mine. When I go up with my box, and I know I can tell the difference if I have some rocks jammed underneath the crash box. When I lift my rubber mat up, I don't get a whole bunch, like you would your regular flare. You get that water shooting out. On mine, I still get the water, but it's not as bad, and I can reach in and grab the rocks and pull them out, as they hang up in there. But if you do that with a regular flare and you lift that rubber up, you're going to get a bath.
Huh. Do they make a backpack dredge with the crash box?
I haven't seen any, but that doesn't mean they don't make them. Or did they make them at one time? It's possible. I did see some crash boxes that are 2-inch. So I'm sure you can put them on,
Sure.
floats and make it a backpack dredge.
I don't see why you couldn't.
But that's the older models, and I'm sure they're still around. That you could probably find a 2-inch crash box.
Or I'm sure there's plans out there somewhere how to make one. For
yeah, yeah, sure.
Right.
And let's see, Matt said the Keen 2-inch backpack has a crash box. I haven't seen that one yet.
No.
That's the one I have.
Yeah, it might have been an older model.
Might have been, yeah.
Yeah.
All the ones I've seen on their site are just standard.
Yeah, I know they do make them, but the Gold King. Ed said the Gold King 2-inch backpack dredge had a crash box.
Oh, there, okay.
Yeah, I knew they did make them, and I seen them, but I didn't know who supplied them. One other thing I want to cover real quick is the foot valves, and I never knew there was so much difference until it comes to fall. During the fall, you have leaves that are laying in the water, and they are a pain in the keister because every time you put your foot valve in the water and you run for a little bit, and all of a sudden you don't have suction, and you're like, oh man, I got a clog. So you're up trying to look for a clog, and all of a sudden it dawns on you, hey, let me check my foot valve. And you lift your foot valve up and it's covered with leaves. Now, mine, on the other hand, has smaller holes in it, what makes it clog up with leaves easier than it does with the ones with the big holes in it. What happens is with the small holes, you get the leaves packed around there and you can't reach on and grab them because they're stuck so tight they ain't coming off. You either got to idle down, shake the hose, and then once you shake the hose, you could possibly lose your front. What we've always did, of course, take a bucket, put the bucket away in the opposite direction of it, stick the foot valve down in and pile a couple rocks in it so you can stop the leaves from coming in. But you still get leaves in it, but not as bad.
Right.
So that's the way to go around that. But what I want to do is I want to get a foot valve with the bigger holes in it. The 1/4-inch holes instead of, the little 1/8-inch small holes that I have now. They're pretty small holes I have in mine now, so.
Gotcha. But then don't you run a chance of drawing like small stones up into your pump or something, Rich, with something like that?
Well, that's why you never really want to lay it on the ground.
Uh-huh.
You always want to put it on a flat rock or something there to have it. Most of the ones, when people set theirs up, they don't set it that long, just enough that it barely hangs down into the water.
I gotcha.
So if you are in about 1.5 feet, 2 feet of water, your foot valve's not going to touch the ground.
Okay.
Other ones, they make their foot valves longer, so they do have a longer reach,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mine is fairly long, so it will lay on the ground.
Gotcha.
So I always try to put rocks underneath it, so it won't.
Okay. Cool. Interesting.
And Ed says about a paint strainer, some of them you can do it, some of them you can't. Like mine, I tried to get one of those nettings to put on mine, and it was actually worse. It didn't work for mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
The only thing that's worked for me, at least a little bit better, is the bucket idea with rocks. But that just buys you a little bit longer time before you get a clog or
Right.
the clog around there, and you have to
What
go.
Bogan actually did is he got an old trash can that had it was square holes in it. You can find a metal trash can that you can put it in. He found one that had like 1/4-inch holes in it, and that's what he uses. So, like one of the office trash cans,
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. Okay.
fire mesh holes.
Like
yeah.
a wastebasket. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like a wastebasket.
That would work. No, that's a good idea. They got them fancy ones like that.
I guess if you're really in a bad area where leaves are just constantly coming down stream from you, you could put like a netting across.
Yeah. The
Something to
problem
block
was where we was when we were down in Virginia. I had that problem a little bit with the leaves, but you'd walk around and stir it up, and then it'd go right down in and get clogged up. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, man.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we've seen that happen a lot. Even down
But in the fall, it's
it's just
a big
bad.
pain.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, it is. It's horrible in the fall, especially around here.
Yeah, you walk around, you got a coat of leaves down in on the bottom, and
Yup.
yep. They just suck right up.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's rough. But I like that idea, the little wastebasket with the.
Yeah.
You know.
I actually tried the bucket thing, and that didn't work too good. I sucked the bucket shut.
Right. Draw the water.
I had a bucket with the strainer holes in the bottom of it, like I do my bucket classifier, and I actually had a lid that I cut it out so I could fit it around my hose, and I put holes in the top of the lid, but it wasn't enough. It sucked that bucket shut so hard that that wasn't good.
Yeah, the wastebasket is the trick.
Yeah.
I like that idea. I think it's perfect. I see it. I've seen them trash cans. I know exactly the ones you're talking about.
Yeah, they probably don't last very long, but
Probably
at least you
not.
can get a year out of one of them, probably.
Heck yeah, they probably make a plastic model like that instead of, metal or aluminum or. Guarantee they do. That would be cool. That would work. That would work real good.
So that was pretty much the segment for tonight. So hope you enjoyed that.
Yeah, definitely did. Have you heard any more on that that Keen dredge that Kathleen was talking about a couple weeks ago?
No, I haven't.
Remember?
The new one.
Yeah, the new one. Have you heard any more on that?
I haven't yet. I'm curious.
Like price and stuff like that? Yeah.
I think I want one. Or do they have conversion kits?
I know, because it's got air, right, Kathleen?
No, this
No.
one doesn't. So
Oh, okay.
No, but you can change it into a
high
combo?
banker combo,
Yeah.
or you can switch out either having the normal suction nozzle with the jet flare or with the suction hose. So that way you can be in shallow water, and if you take your hose out, it's okay.
That's right. See, got to see the price on that bad boy if it's come out yet, and see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, here's a question. Steve Ward said I have a 2.5-inch pro line combo and have now dredged for about 20 hours with it. Still not clear on how often I should do a cleanup or how to tell if I need to do a cleanup. Got any tips?
2 inch?
What do you guys look for?
2 inch, 2.5, Kathleen?
2.5.
Well, mine's a 2-inch, and it depends on what you've got in your sluice box, because I've got miner's moss and expanded metal, so it tends to keep a lot of material. So I clean out more often than I've never run a full tank of gas in my dredge. The old one we used to all the time,
right,
and run out of gas, but this one I clean it out a lot, and that's just my preference. Now, if I had like hog matting or something in there where you're not getting a bunch of stuff, maybe you could go longer, but I don't know. I've always liked to just clean out.
Yeah, I kind of like now, since Kathleen and I, we both are using miner's moss in our boxes and stuff, so you do get more material captured with dredging. I don't really have a set time that as far as I need to clean out. It varies on location and the material we're in.
Yeah.
So if we're in some place with obviously a ton of heavies and black sand, you can look at your box even in throttle down so you can see a little bit better.
That's what I do. I throttle down so I can actually see.
Yep.
What
If
my
you got
box
so
looks
much built up on your riffles, it's time to clean out.
Sure.
So.
One of the classic things somebody says is if you idle down and you actually start seeing black sand down in your lower riffles, you got to clean out.
Yep.
But I usually run mine for an hour and a half, 2 hours. Like when I first set it up, I'll run it for 20 minutes and I'll shut it down and I pull my back matting to see if I'm on good gold or if I'm on anything. If I'm not on anything, then I move. I don't screw around. And then after that, if I do see a couple specks of gold, I'm good to fire back up, rock and roll. I run for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and I'll idle down, check it, see how it is, depending, like you guys said, depending on what material you're in if you're in a lot of cobble and all that stuff, you're going to have tons of overburden. So it's always best to check, but use your better judgment. An hour and a half is what I usually do, mostly an hour and a half, and idle down, check it, and go from there. And then once you get used to your box, then you'll know.
Right.
Yeah.
I think I run about an hour.
About an hour. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
you vary about an hour, sometimes a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm. That makes
Oh, I
perfect
found the price on the King 2-inch combo dredge package.
Uh-oh, drum roll. Drum roll,
$2,295
Jesus,
out
God,
the door.
2,000? Oh, come on, that's
Now,
great.
but here's the thing, though, is if you bought new from them, it looks like the prices all went up since we bought Kathleen. The 2-inch backpack dredge with suction nozzle, so the 2 hoses, that's $1,895. The 2-inch backpack dredge with power jets, $1,915, or you can get the combo for $2,295.
Okay,
So you get more flexibility.
the combo.
You get no more bungees.
Now,
on
do
that
they have
combo.
that crash box?
I think that's something you would have to call for them, and it's a parts thing you would order. As far as buying it, no. Not online, at least.
I wonder if you could convert your dredge. Do they have anything like that?
I don't know. I haven't seen anything yet as far as the parts, but I just kind of went to their page right now, so I was wondering if some of those options on the combo you're able to purchase and swap out. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, it depends on the width of your sluice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see why you couldn't. Right. Mm-hmm.
I think I'd rather convert or buy something that, I don't know, depends on how much it is, I guess.
Right. It'd be nice to have it in your arsenal in case you wanted to use it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is people that builds the crash headers. You just got to find them for them. I thought about actually building one, but
Yeah, Ken said there's
I don't
people
know when that's
building
gonna
them.
happen.
Mm-hmm. They said Bill at Carolina Prospectors has crash box headers. I don't know. Might have to look into that. Ed even put the link on there for it, so I don't know. Maybe just get it, Kathleen.
Yeah.
It's your business. Give it a try. See if you like it.
yeah, they do have 1.5 inch, 2-inch. You just got to make sure the measurements fit your sluice. That's all.
Yeah.
What kind of prices?
$105.
Yep, 105.
Okay.
It looks like they're made out of aluminum.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Aluminium.
What size they'll fit? Yeah.
All right.
They're out of stock.
Really? Wow.
Yep. All of them out of stock.
Yeah.
Wow. Must be a popular item. I don't know, Kathleen. You have to see if you can get you one.
Yeah.
Definitely now. You know?
Projects.
Yeah.
Maybe for over the winter.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, see, I honestly, with our old 2.5-inch dredge, that was, like Kathleen said, the Frankenstein, because it was pieces and parts and stuff we put on to build our own first dredge.
Right.
It had the crash box, and honestly, I loved it because working in like some clay material, it would slam and hit that, and it had a better chance to kind of break some of that material up and reduce the chance of it just kind of rolling down through your box.
Right.
Take gold with you.
Right.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I kind of miss having the crash box myself.
Maybe next year we should convert both of our dredges and use the crash box for a year. and see
Maybe.
what it-
Yeah, try that and see. You know?
Yeah, as said,
You
talk
wrote
to
crash
Bill Webb.
Give it a shot. Try it for a year. See if you like it. You know? I mean, heck.
Yeah, I mean, you can always go back, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. Mm-hmm. Yes, you can. So, that's...
Yeah, all you got to do take the rivets out of the flare, drop the flare off, put the crash box on. I mean,
Well, there you go. There you go.
now you hook up from your flare to your crash box might be a little different depending, you know.
I guess that's what you need to make sure the pitch where the flare would go into the crash box is enough to clear where your motor's sitting.
Yep.
Right. Huh. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's a thought.
think about it. It's something to think about. Right?
I'm more open to experiment with things like that in our dredges than all these nonsense mats floating around in the world.
Yeah.
That's so expensive. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
And like I saw, I forget who it was in the chat room, said, they're torn between, either having a lot of cons, so obviously using the more traditional miner's moss carpet, riffle sets, or less cons using the like hog matting, dream mat, and some of the others. That's all preference, but I don't know. We
used to use the mat, and it was good. We didn't have a whole bunch of cons.
Right.
But then when we switched over to the miner's moss, now we have a lot more cons, but it gives you more stuff to do.
Right.
Well, besides that, we also have better cleanup equipment now. Thank you, Rich Cooley. And I think that's the biggest thing too. Is is your setup to be efficient and condense those cons down into your final material.
Right.
That makes it so much easier.
Yeah. If you just got a pan to do your cleanup, then run rubber mats so you don't have all that extra. You'll be there forever cleaning up. But if you got a cleanup sluice like Shad and Kathleen, heck yeah, man. More cons the better. Run them through.
I don't get scared away. I don't get frustrated because we'll maybe have a full bucket each clean out.
Mm-hmm.
I know like in 15 minutes I'll have that condensed down into like a cup size of material, if that.
Right. Yeah.
Afterwards, so it's not like I don't get hung up on that. I don't want to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on different matting. Hopefully it works for me.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I want to go with what I know is catching material and holding my gold and what I'm comfortable with. So
sure. Well, that's what it's about. What you like, what you're comfortable with, what works for you is always what we always emphasize on it. It's what works best for you. I mean, I've always liked the mats because I don't have cleanup equipment, so it's like I don't want to go through a bucket of cons.
Yeah.
I just want a bowl of cons,
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Heck yeah.
Steve had a question in the chat room about evidently he must have got in some orange clay.
Uh-oh.
And he got it in his dredge hose, and now he can't see as clearly as he used to. How does he get it out? Well, I don't know. I've never really had that problem, but if that was me, I'd unhook the hose and try to get a pressure washer. Use a pressure washer to try to get as much out as you can. I mean...
Or take a rope, drop it through the hose, and tie it to the end of a towel and pull the towel through there.
Oh, yeah.
And that'll wipe the inside of that hose out. Act like a...
Or you could always cut where the clay is in the hose and then, glue it back together.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah, I'd take some soap or some kind of rag, like he said, and just...
Yeah, like a barrel cleaning swab,
Like a boar snake.
Yeah, just pull it right through there, man. Put some soap on it. That won't hurt, that ain't going to hurt the gold or, cause no displacement.
Right.
So use some...
Don't use anything with any oil or anything on it.
Nope. Put some Dawn on it and pull it through there once or twice. That sucker will be clean as a whistle. Be brand new. Right? If you got to clean the inside of your hose...
Well, over the years, I mean, half the time that... You can't really see through them anymore, They get weathered, and that does happen. But there's a bunch of rocks built up in there. You'll see them.
Oh, yeah. Yep. You sure
Now,
will.
I got to say, one thing I like about a lot of the newer dredges, Keen, Proline, and I'm sure some of the other companies out there.
What's that?
I'm jealous of, because I have an older one, are the quick coupler connections.
Yeah.
For their hoses into the jet flares.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I look at Kathleen's, and she's just like, click, click, click. It's like, man, I got to, like, pound my hose on. I got to hope that my little hose clamp stays on and doesn't fall off. And
yeah, me too. I'll tell you.
I hate that.
Get that 4-inch hose. You're trying to twist that hose on down in the water. And
the quick couplers are nice, aren't they?
I have my other quick conductor, or quick cat, the gator locks. I have them for my high pressure hose and all that.
See, I use that too for there, but as far as like with your suction hoses into your jet flares and stuff, it's like, I'm jealous. But I'm thinking, should the day come where I decide to have parts for my dredge to make it where I can switch out between a 4-inch and 3-inch. I want to get me quick couplers for the 4-inch.
Are you?
Purchase. Yeah.
Well, you might as well, right?
Yeah, but it's just they're expensive
They
to
are.
buy them separately. I was looking at it, I was like, oh my god, I'm not spending $100-some on one.
Yeah, for just the connectors. Yeah.
That's for each piece, yeah.
Yeah, for each piece.
Yeah,
You need two.
that's crazy, right? It's like I'll do a clamp or whatever it takes for $2. Yep. Screw that. Yeah, it is nice that the new ones come with it. You know, it really is. Are they all doing it, Shad, now, you think?
Well, I know Proline, I think, was actually the first to do it because they were making their stuff in-house. But all the King stuff the past couple of years I've seen all have them, too.
Nice. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, for all the sizes. And it's so efficient to be able to break down. And, like, I leave as much as possible my jet flare connected to my suction hose because if not, it's a pain in the butt to push that back on and clamp it in. I mean, it's tough, and usually about once a month it pops off, and I'll have to force it back together. But
Right.
yeah,
Right. Yeah, I see Ray said he spent a small fortune on quick clamps, so, yep. Maybe that explains the price increase, too, Shad.
yeah, it's all Razor's fault.
It is. We gotta blame somebody. Man, interesting. I don't know. You know, I guess same thing. Do you want to invest $200 in clamps, or you just want to go with what came on it? That's a. I don't know. That's a.
I'm sorry, my mama raised me cheap, so I'll keep using what I got and deal with it.
Me too, Shad. I'm the same way. I'm gonna roll with what came with
Unless I
it.
find a coupon.
Yeah. Maybe we can get a Groupon and we can all get one.
Yeah.
Or why not? Yeah, let's see. Ray said he likes them. He said, but they can be a bear when they're loaded up with sand. So
Oh, yeah.
I could imagine.
Yeah, any of them gator lock things like that, they can get pretty tight on one side, and you're better off to just try to get some water on them, try to wash the gravel and stuff out of them.
Yeah. See, I've never had them, so I don't have a clue on those things.
They
Interesting.
can be pricey, definitely.
It seems that way. I know I looked at them before and thought about it, and then, like Shad, I seen the prices. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I have clamps, I have connectors, I'm okay. Yeah. So that would be like a, I don't know. I don't even know what it'd be like. But it's like, I'm good. Good. Awesome. What time is it getting to be, guys? No mercy.
8:53.
Mercy. So no Dennis tonight. No Swiftwater tonight. Swiftwater couldn't get an internet connection, I guess. Is that what it was?
Yeah, he was in a bad spot today.
A bad.
I wanted to hear about how his bartending thing
I did
went
too.
on.
I guess. Well, hopefully Wednesday he's in a good spot and we can pick his
So-
brain.
Since he's not on the show.
That's right,
and
Kathleen.
messing with Swiftwater.
Well, it has to be bartending, right?
That's what I was
Oh,
thinking.
yeah.
It has to be. Oh yeah, messing with the Swiftwater. So, let's see, bartending. Definitely. That's funny. At my searches, he's right at the top. We've done this so much.
Barbecue bartending.
Oh yeah. Okay.
He's going to surprise us, and then he's just going to get a house and just stay there.
Probably. More than likely, that's what he'll do. He's going to live there.
Well, I want to tell you something while you're looking at that.
Okay.
And how ridiculous prices can be on stuff like after the fact. Like for us who have older dredges. I looked at Keen, for instance, a 3-inch oversized power jet with 2-inch jet log that has the quick couplers released, $285. Now, if you needed a new power jet with 2-inch jet log for a 3-inch, $155. So $130 more to get the quick connect option.
Okay. See, that makes sense, don't it? Mm-hmm. Man.
$340 for a 4-inch compared to $185.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow.
So, yeah, I'll stick with what I got.
Me too, brother. I am good.
Yeah, I'll stick with my clamp and my screwdriver.
Right, exactly. That's what, $1.50?
You'll just hear me cussing a lot out in the creek at times, but to deal with it.
I don't have to deal with it.
Yours came on yours, Kathleen?
Yeah.
Nice. I never even noticed that you had them. You know? Never noticed. That's cool.
She just plops her little backpack dredge in, click, click, boom, boom, starts it right up, and she's off. And me, I'm still putting my motor on the frame.
You're still assembling.
I just always say, I'm just trying to give her a head start since I have a bigger dredge than her. But, yeah, in reality, I'm jealous.
Yeah, you're still putting together your project. Yep. I got you, brother. Awesome. Well, don't forget, every Tuesday night, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Tuesday night hangouts with Ed, Jess, and Dano. Be sure and check them out over there on their YouTube channel. And don't forget, we got some of the new Crony Club hats available. If you're interested, send me a message with your email. I'll send you an invoice and get that out to you. And wish Scott and Dennis could have been here tonight. Hopefully we could pick Dennis's brain before he leaves to go to Idaho. So hopefully he makes it maybe Wednesday. We shall see. And we want to thank everybody for tuning in as always. And don't forget to be here Wednesday night at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for West Coast Wednesdays, featuring Kathleen and Shad Biffle with Dredging Up the News and all that good stuff that goes on Wednesday nights. What am I forgetting, guys? Anything?
Not that I know of.
Shad? Kathleen? Nothing?
I can't think of anything.
Think we're good?
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
All right, then, Kathleen, take us out of here.
Good night, Gold Diggers.
Good night, everybody.
Be sure to tune in next Sunday at 7:30 for another great show. For updates and more info, please go to www.prospectorsradio.com.